Welcome, Aries, to your December chakra reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with your chakra. Getting straight in it, first card out is abundance, talking about the solar plexus. You need to keep that going nice and strong so that you can have the things that you want, like abundance, right? Trying to get to that abundance, but you need to say, I can do so. Really knowing that you can do this and have the abundance. So the abundance card is really talking about gold represents the power of the mind to choose. One choice may be wise, the other foolish. Choosing well may involve temporary sacrifice in order to gain your desires. Remember that you can always make a new choice. So, if you don't like the choice that you're making, you can always change it up. So be wary of using your financial situation as an excuse to avoid doing something. Are your thoughts and actions around money empowering you or disempowering you? Abundance through gratitude, releasing regret, being good with money. Okay, so just think about the relationship that you have with money. Are you the wise girl or boy or the foolish, foolhardy man or woman? Money is naturally attracted towards appreciation and gratitude. So appreciating the money that you have, knowing how to spend it, how to save it, right? The more you know and understand money, you guys, this is something I actually had to learn for myself. And it's been a couple of years, and it's actually just been a couple of years, literally, that I've actually understood the idea of money, okay? I am doing much better with money now because I understand the laws of money. The more you tell yourself you're poor, the more you're going to be poor. Absolutely. The more you say I'm rich, the more you're going to be rich. And that does not mean that you're going to be a millionaire. It just means that you can afford your food. You can do the things you need to do. You attract money. So how are you attracting money, right? This guy over here is not good with money. She's doing very well. So it's all about the way you think about money and your situation. Okay. If you believe that you cannot attract money, you're not going to attract it. If you believe that you can attract money and money can come to you, you're going to attract it. Okay, but then you need to learn how to save it. There's the next key. How to keep it, how to keep your money, right? What to spend, what to save, and what you can pay your bills with. That's how I do mine. I've actually split mine into 3, and it's been working for the last year and a half better than it has my whole life. Because what I do is I take my paycheck, buy the bills, food, stuff like that, save money, and then I have money which I call spending money. Right? That's the money you get to go to the movies with, or, stuff like that. Fun money is actually what I call it. So, okay, so if you do that and you're separating it, you're using the appreciation of money and how to use it wisely. This is going to cause a lot of intuition. And yes, it does involve a lot of intuition. Okay. Beginnings. This is going to give you a new beginning. Your soul says it is time for you to cherish all the cycles of your life and have the understanding of money. Now, this is very interesting. We're talking about money, and here comes this tree. And I was going to say earlier, money doesn't grow on trees, because that's what we were always told. It's not like you're going to go outside in the backyard and just pull money off the tree, right? We've all heard that one before. Our parents said it, or grandparents, whoever. But this is really what it's telling you is you're going to have a new beginning of money tree. It's a thought perception, right? Once you separate your money into certain areas, you will have what you consider kind of your money tree, right? But it's more through the, it's more metaphoric, is what I'm trying to say. Meditation brings answers. The bear. Use power with wisdom. Yes, you're deceiving yourself, the 5 of Swords, and that's exactly, it's just yourself. You're deceiving yourself by telling yourself that you are not abundant enough, or that you cannot be abundant enough with the 10 of Pentacles. Deceiving yourself of money. Wow, there it is. Okay, so You do have satisfactions as soon as you get rid of the veil and the negativity that surrounds money. Now, when I did my money, I wish I could do this for you guys. I just don't know how the world that would work. I actually did tarot to get out of debt. Yes, that's the craziest thing you ever heard in your life. I was doing a tarot reading, and then all of a sudden, I just kept hearing, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. I just kept hearing, look at the numbers. So I started like paying attention to the numbers on the cards. And then the next thing I know, I realized 10 is $10, 5 is $5. You know, things like this. Yeah, the Fool is $100, the 0 or $100. And I don't know, it just all of a sudden my intuition started opening, and I realized they're talking about my debt. And I got out of debt that way. Craziest thing ever. I remember calling my friend going, I just figured something out. It was the craziest thing ever. I want to do this with you. We never did do it. Maybe she thought it was too crazy. But she was like, no. But I wish I could do that. That would be so awesome to show you how that's done. I just don't know exactly how to do that. But yes, it has to this day gotten me out of debt. I'm pretty much almost debt free now. And I did owe about $25,000, and I'm down to about $9,000 now within a year and a half. Yes, crazy story. I never thought that would ever happen. So anyways, getting straight into here. Who would have known tarot can take you out of debt? Like, what? I've been doing this for like 32 years. I've never in my life knew that could happen. So going straight to the communication is what? Telling yourself that you can do this, telling yourself the things that you need to say to yourself, telling yourself, you know what, I can build my own money tree. Yeah, you're right. Literally, physically, there is no money tree outside that I can go get. But from a mind's point of view, if I do things right, I can have kind of my own money tree that would be like your own savings, okay? To where when you get into trouble, you now have a savings to pick your butt up, right? Or if it really gets down, maybe you have some fun money still left over, and you could use that with the savings and pay that one that just came out of nowhere, right? It could be a hospital bill or something crazy, right? That just happens. Maybe you have an emergency room and you're like $30 copay, and you're like, oh no, right? And you're like, oh, but I have my little money tree, right? Have my little money tree of fun money and saved money left over, and you're like, oh, here you go. And it's just like, whoa, what the heck? But I will tell you, when you do the tarot piece to that, I have been tested many times on the money tree scenario of having to dig into my saved money, having to use my fun money, making sure that I am doing it right, and putting my spirit tests you to make sure you're doing it right, right? And so far, I have passed every test. I was tested 3 times this year, and I've passed the test. It kind of sucks though when all of a sudden you're saving all this money, and it's like, darn you, I have to use that. But then you're so gratified because you're like, wow, I can't believe I had that. I haven't had a savings forever. So you're going to learn to do that by getting deep into your intuition. This is going to give you the power of the bear. You're going to use the power with the wisdom to say, I can do this forcefully. I'm not going to mask myself and tell myself all these negative things. I'm going to look at money differently. And this is going to raise your vibrations to give you the things you want, saying that I can do it, freeing yourself with your heart chakra. All because first, though, it's going to come with the communication of you saying to yourself, I can do this. So grabbing a few cards. Yeah, because right now you're emotionally underwater, and you're not perceiving the things that you need to perceive with the King of Cups upside down. You're keeping yourself... you're drowning yourself. Plain up, that's it. You're drowning yourself with your own words. 7 of Swords upside down. You need to stop thieving from yourself. You need to start communicating with yourself from a higher intuition, telling yourself that you can be better with money. Get rid of anything that was given to us as children, which is, you know, you are born in this area of the city, and we're all poor, and you're going to stay poor too, because this is where you are. That's a lie. You're poor because grandma and I were poor and your dad's poor and I'm poor. We're all poor. That's a lie. You're not them. But it's almost like you're force fed. It's the tales that we're told, you know, when we're younger, that we can only succeed to certain, you know, to certain amounts. That's not true. You can succeed anywhere you want to succeed and become completely free of debt and completely free within the world. You got credit card debt, you can free yourself. If I can do it, you can do it. And like I said, I'm not 100% just yet, but I'm still working there. You have to get back into spirituality and having the revelations that you can free yourself, that this is not true. Free yourself also from negative people talking and negative stories that have been told to you from family. I see family here. As a small child, we were told, you know, we're not millionaires. We're never going to get there. And so you're feeding yourself the same stories they fed you. Don't feed yourself that. Don't feed your children that. For the new beginning, you need to let it go and go back to the basics. What are the basics? The basics are going to be the basics of you having the understanding of what is going on within your life. How am I going to make money? How am I going to make this a money tree metaphorically? And how am I going to change everything around, right? Yes, because it's overwhelming, and there is going to be a time you're billing out. For some of you might even be going through a bankruptcy right now, having to go back to the basics, or thinking about going through a bankruptcy to get back to the basics. If that's the way it needs to be, then it might be. And that's just what's going to happen to free yourself. However it is, if it's not, just make sure that you are bailing out of old ways of thinking and talking to yourself, so you can talk to yourself better with new beginnings of better speech. And that's really what it is. Better positive ideas. Yeah. Because the way you're talking to yourself, you're not moving anywhere. You're keeping yourself stuck. You're keeping yourself in this mode of negativity with the Knight of Wands. This is not helping you. This is hurting you. And if you're surrounded by somebody who talks like this all day long, like maybe your wife or your husband or whoever, you need to tell them too, we need to stop talking like this. This is what keeps you stuck. Absolutely. I mean, I had to tell my husband the same thing. We have to stop talking like this. This is what keeps us stuck. We keep saying we don't have. Well, you know what? I'm tired of not having. Let's do it this way and start law and attracting and start changing things and see if it actually works. See, you know, if the words really do have the power. Let's see if it really is going to help. And I'll tell you right now, it does. It does. It's crazy. You know, my grandmother had said this to me a long time ago. It was just like, you need to stop talking like that. You need to stop doing that. Words are power. You keep yourself stuck. And I didn't understand what she was really talking about at that time until one day it just hit me. My intuition was open, like I said. It just hit me. And I'm telling you right now, it is the truth. I was so against it too, because I was like, oh, that's just so much bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just whatever. And I'm telling you, it's not. It's absolutely not. Yeah. It is a blessing. You're all of a sudden, what you're doing, you guys, is you're radiating in such a higher frequency that you're actually opening up a box of blessings to yourself. And what you put out to the universe, you get back from the universe. So when you're telling yourself that you can do this and you can do that, it's power. It's power that's coming back at you. Now, look, when I was younger, I heard all these power speech tapes and all that stuff, and I listened to a couple of them, and I was stupid. You know what I mean? Be powerful to yourself. I mean, we've all heard these, right? Even if you didn't really listen to them, they're on movies, you know, and they're listening to this, you know, self-will yourself. And I used to just think it was so dumb. And that's the ignorance and the immaturity of myself, of course, because I was younger. And yeah, that's what they were. They're like power speeches to yourself or something. I used to always laugh because I used to know this person. I used to listen to that crap, and I was like, that's so stupid. That is like the dumbest thing. But it's not. once you become mature in the understanding of the way it works, you're going to see the results. Okay, there will no longer be a delay. You're delaying your own manifestations. Okay. And yes, your vibrations are going to rise so much. But you have to believe it. You have to know it. And you really do. You really do. And I think that's where I had to actually push my own wands down and stop standing my ground so hard and so stubborn. Remember, I'm Taurus. So stubborn and so hard to actually push those wands down to say, you know what? Fine. Let's try this. And my husband's Taurus too. So, you know, we're standing our ground really hard over here as bulls going, you know, influencing each other, saying that's BS. That's not going to happen. Oh, I know, right? Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, no. Then we got together and we're like, you know what? Let's try this. Boy, I'm so glad I did. Yeah, it is going to bring you to this beautiful Capricorn energy, earth energy of prosperity. It's going to open up your money. There is no longer going to be a delay. You're going to get rid of all of that. And this Queen of Pentacles is coming on top of this 10 of Pentacles, because all of a sudden you're going to see this stuff happening. It's not going to be what you think at first, though. It's going to be little. It's just going to be little, because you're going to start saving money. And as you're saving money and doing this and doing that and doing this, it's going to build, right? So it's a building. It's building blocks. Till all of a sudden you realize, what the heck? You know, it's like $5 turns into $20, and the next thing you know, $20 turns into $50, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. And it's going to open it up, because as you meditate on this and you continue to keep an open mind and you keep continuing to say, it's going to work, because I'm working at it. But remember, you have to do this too, right? It doesn't just fall out of the sky into your lap. You have to put in the energy. You have to put in the work. So you're going to put in energy work and real work, right? And you're going to, I wrote everything down on paper and separated everything myself. So yeah. And it's been, yeah, you're going to have to put a lot of work into it. And it's kind of crazy, you know, because it's like, I don't know, but it's going to give you all these opportunities to see your ships coming in. And once you open up, you know, the intuition, it's going to bring you back to the powerful 3 in you, where you have your mind, body, and soul coming together as one, saying, I got this. I understand, and my vibrations can go, and oh my gosh, now I can leap off this mountain with all these new ideas. But you guys have to be the fool, right? You have to take the leap of faith, and it's scary, right? It's scary, at least for Taurus, because we don't like change much. Aries, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, because you don't mind change. You know, you're fire. You're just going to kind of move with it. If you do have a lot of Taurian energy inside you, it might, you know, keep you a little hesitant, like, oh, I want to move. I don't know, I'm a little scared. And if you're dealing with a Taurus, it's a Capricorn card, but if you are dealing with a Taurus, it might be harder to get them to budge, to want to do so. We don't like change much. It's very, very scary, because everything has to be it's got to be done so intricate, right? Because we don't want to fall. So if you do feel that way, you just do it with baby steps, you know. But really, I like the Fool for you, because it's really going to show you taking that leap right off that mountain, going, I get it. I'm so there. I'm flying. And that's that fire in you that just can't hold you back, right? Because that's what fire does. It's a mutable sign. So it's just going to burn everything in its way, right? So you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, and yeah, let me just get an overall card for this. You guys, please work on this. Clarify on the overall card for Aries on this message, please, for their chakra. Getting these chakras in tune so that they can get the things that they want. Really moving towards what's justified for them. Overall message for Aries, please. Overall message for Aries. You can do it. Wow. So you have the Judgment coming out with the Strength card. So this is going to take a lot of strength and a lot of understanding, and it's the best judgment move for you. Just kind of spewing that message. Wow. It's so justified for a new beginning. Wow, for the world. But it is going to be, I do see the page coming out there too, guys, for the overall message for the reading. The reason is because it is going to be a learning a process. So do your homework, learn, understand, and having the understanding as well. Okay, so 2 beautiful major arcanas coming out over here with speak your truth is what I'm hearing. Speak your truth. You know your truth. Okay, so that you can get the new beginnings that you deserve, Aries. Okay, and until next time, my friends, peace and love. Bye-bye.